Bonus. As you probably know, the code that I show on this channel is never perfect the first time around. I make mistakes all the time, and I thought it might be interesting every now and then when I come across an interesting bug to show you what it looked like and what I tried to do to fix it. So here's the app, and I can cycle through the display mode. So this is the first one, the sixth one. If I let this go for a while, then it just hangs. I'm not sure why. It actually took a while to figure out exactly which screen is the first screen that made this happen. But I figured, okay, this is the first screen where the buffer is a little bit bigger, so maybe I'm doing something weird with my wraparound code. So I just took a look at my loop again. Y is keeping track of where in the screen buffer to store the values. And the way I know to wrap around is I do this test right up here where I ask, is my Y still lower than the end of the screen? And this is a variable that I set every time I change the display mode. And if it is lower, then I'm in range, so I can skip ahead and keep going. Otherwise, I reset Y to go back to the beginning. So maybe the code to store the screen end, maybe there's something weird about that where it's not working. So inside activate display mode, in here we just take a look at the buffer size for the current display mode. We add it to the start, and then we store that sum into the variable. And there's like no other places this has changed, so this seems fine too. And then I thought, well, is it possible that Y is getting corrupted? Because I do make this call into BASIC to get a keyboard input. And I wasn't pushing and pulling on either side, but that was because the Unraveled series assured me that there was no need to. POLCAT is just another name for key in. It's just the indirect way to get into key in. And the only register that it adjusts is A. So I should have been safe. But just to double check, I did add the push and the pull on either end, and I still had the bug, so I commented it back out. So still kind of at square one, so I should stop resisting and use the debugger. So I run it under the debugger and I quickly go to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I check out and see what happens when this goes into its little hanging thing. So it ends up around, it's gonna flip around a little bit first. Okay, not always the same thing every time. That's odd, it's not hanging at all. Alright, I got it to hang on this one. Okay, so I checked things out over here, and it just seems to have stopped. I don't think I am at a breakpoint. I don't think I'm at an exception. If I try to step, nothing really happens. It's dutifully capturing my rewind state, but nothing's really happening. Could I step back? Not in this case. But at least it's telling me that it does reproduce, and I'm hitting it in here, and it does seem like the world just stops. So I can start setting some breakpoints to try to narrow down where this is happening. The first thing I did is I just stepped through the code that actually changed screen end each time, and I verified it changed it to the right thing. My next suspicion was maybe the wraparound wasn't doing what I thought, so I actually stepped through the code to the point where Y actually did exceed the screen end, and to see what would happen when I would wrap it around, and that worked fine as well. So finally I put a breakpoint around here to see what happens each time I store the next random 16-bit value wherever Y was pointing. According to LWASM, that is at 3F20, so we'll set a breakpoint at 3F20. And so I can check out the value of Y. It's starting where I expect. And if I do a resume, I'll see that the Y keeps on going up, 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 up. And what I'll do then is disable this for now, run it, and then get myself to the bad screen. So now our y is here at 90f, and I did a little math to make sure that it's going where I expect it to go. If I just like hold down F5 through this whole thing, and I can kind of speed along, and hopefully by the time it hangs I'll be able to go backward and see what the problem was. Doesn't want to reproduce now, but maybe it will on the other screen. And there we go. It took a lot longer this time than when I was doing it before. But so it just stopped. It's not doing anything anymore. And somehow we're here at A1CB, somewhere in the ROM. I don't know what we're doing. But now I should be able to step back. Let's rewind step. And it won't let me rewind step. Oh man. Sometimes I can fix weird MAME issues by just deleting the Coco2.config, so I'm just going to do that. Close this. Delete it. Try again. Alright, looks like the rewind states are working. Alright, let's see if the rewind state will work now that we need it. And it does. Okay, so here's why, and I did double check that that was in range. And if I continue on, I continue stepping, and then I do my POLCAT, and that was fine. And then I found here at 3F1C is where I go and get my next random bytes. So let's step into that. And at 3F61, that's when I call into rand. So if I do a step over, now somehow I'm here at 3F64 and I'm okay, although I wasn't last time. I don't know why things are so different now. Now at 3F70, I'm going to do my int conversion. And that didn't hang either. Okay. So now everything is all cool for some reason. Looping back up, calling back into the random routine, calling RND, did not hang, calling int conversion, did not hang, now it just doesn't want to hang anymore. If I resume, no hanging. Okay, I don't know what to tell you. It's, I guess, a very non-deterministic bug, but only if I'm recording my screen. It was very deterministic when I was just debugging this on my own, but I'll just take my word for it when I tell you. The problem actually happened when we called into R&D. It never came back. So it went into here, and then it hung somewhere inside here. And so that led me to think, okay, so there's something about BASIC that's getting screwed up, that R&D assumes is going to be a certain way, something about the memory that's getting screwed up. So I've got to be trampling on something, but I was doing exactly what I was supposed to do. From Tipolt's book, I was actually using very similar code. I would have my buffers start at 600, and I made sure that the sizes of my buffers matched exactly what he had. And looking at the screen, it didn't seem like it was going off into Never Never Land. It was like wrapping around exactly when it was supposed to. But then I thought, well, let's just kind of make sure that this address makes sense. And in the Unraveled book, as expected, hex 400 is where we usually have the screen buffer for the text screen. And then at 600 we have, obviously when you go to Extended Basic or you go to Disk Basic, new things are changing, new things are getting used. And the Tipolt book was written assuming a non-disk basic, so perhaps 600 was a valid place to put screen memory without a disk basic cartridge in, but with that cartridge in, it's now relying on this memory location for stuff, and I was trampling all over that stuff, and that was the problem. So the fix is to change to use actual screen memory that works when the disk cartridge is plugged in. E100, my friends, E100. How many of you knew what the bug was before I even started talking? How many of you knew that when I said hex 600, where this was heading? I should have known. I knew this, but I forget things. Thanks for watching. Hope you found this interesting, and I'm sorry that nothing cooperated. There were bugs in me trying to show you the bug.